Mm. Hello, beautiful, sacred beings. It's Shakti Tribe, and today we are here to talk about Ma Kali, who is a very misunderstood goddess. And as I give you this message, I'm going to ask you to focus on the message, not the meat suit. I'm just here as a ambassador or just a messenger. That's it. I'm just a meat suit. Seriously. Okay, because this is an energy within all of us. And the energy of Kali Ma is power. Okay, it's feminine power. It is time and space. She is time and space. She could be thought of as Mother Earth and the cycle of birth and death. Okay, so we are actually going through a huge transformation here, humans. It's a evolution of humanity. We are moving from a dominator consciousness to a partnership consciousness. And there is no energy or frequency, if you want to call it, some people call it quantum energy, more able to lead this revolution or evolution of human consciousness more than Kali Ma. She is the embodiment of transformative power. Okay, so we're turning the tide, we're turning the tables, basically realizing that some of our old stories are becoming obsolete on a micro and a macro level. And we are choosing to see ourselves as sacred and see others as sacred. And it starts, of course, from self-compassion. So she teaches this. So particularly today, I'm going to speak of Bagalamukhi. So Bagalamukhi is a frequency. Okay, some of you that like Joe Dispenza, quantum energy, frequency, we don't need to genderize these things. Okay, the dominator consciousness makes things genderized, which creates division and anger and all of that. So we're throwing that out. Okay, that is old consciousness. And Bagalamukhi teaches us that we can actually transcend our, I hate to use this word karma, but karma, or we could say actions, our actions or the past actions of humanity, from that which hinders our joy to that which creates happiness and bliss for ourselves and all beings. So if we take refuge in the Bagalamukhi version of Kali Ma, we are basically protecting ourselves from gossip, slander, and any form of negativity from ourself, which is the most brutal. I certainly have experienced that, and other people. So it is a positive turning of the tide where great fortune is predicted. So Shakti Tribe, okay, I'm going to call them my guides. They assure me that when things are falling apart, they seem to be falling apart, which they are, and it's going to get more freaky out there. Okay, it's actually falling together. We actually need to break some eggs to make a cake. Okay, so I'm going to tell the story of Kali Ma because sometimes stories or mythology helps us to understand natural phenomenon such as this human evolution that we're experiencing. Okay, so to get down to it, we're going to now Tantra. This is tantric. Okay, so these are stories from maybe 1500 BC, and the Mahavidyas come from that same time frame. Although, of course, Mother Earth is, our mother. So she's just basically saying, I'm reclaiming you all. You've forgotten who you are, and I'm here to help you remember. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to cut away all of the bullshit that's out there that keeps you from yourself, and often stories that we make up about ourselves based on trauma, hustle, the thinking mind, and attempting to assimilate to the dominator culture, which is nothing to do with who we are as divine beings. Okay, so my role here is to do what I can to, and this is Tantra, harmonize, balance, and synchronize the sacred masculine and sacred feminine energy in me, of course, first, and offer tools to help others. That's it. as we go through this time. So self-love, self-care rituals, super important. Breathing exercises, maybe if you just even do 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening to balance your energy is super, super important. To love yourself and show self-compassion. And then whatever is coming up for you right now, to feel it in the moment with as little judgment as possible, and look at it like Bagalamukhi. If you're beating yourself up, it's actually just self-slander, okay? Because the dominator culture will never, ever tell us who we are, because it is based in mistaken identity and a very, very low level of consciousness. Okay, so the sacred masculine, I'm just going to get down to that. Sacred masculine, I'm actually sitting on the sacred masculine. Sacred masculine is structure. It's that part of us that's actually, gets us to do our morning meditation. It's like, hey, it's the structure. It's the holding ourselves safe, protection. So Kali actually is very similar to sacred masculine energy. It is powerful. It is strong. And it does not react to the stories. It's just holding space without judgment. That's the sacred masculine. Okay. And the sacred feminine, she's life. She's life itself. She's love. She's beauty. She's creation. And she's the creatrix. We have sacred masculine and sacred feminine energy in everyone. It's just that we have gotten everything turned upside down by the bully on the playground. I like to call the dominator culture the bully on the playground. Okay, so in this story, I'm going to weave that the bully on the playground is like a demon. Okay, so say you're a parent and your daughter, your son, your daughter has been abducted by the demon. Okay, the demons have taken her hostage and locked her away in a, underground bunker. Okay, so what are you gonna do? Okay, you're gonna get your Kali Ma out and you're gonna save her. So that's fierce love. Okay, so the story is that the demons have taken over the earth. Corruption, anger, which the feminist movement is actually guilty of. Me, I'm guilty of that. Okay, blaming something outside of myself for some sort of, something, a story that I made up about myself. No longer serves. It never did. Never served. It actually feeds the fuel of division, feeds the fire of division. It's the fuel of division, judgment of other people. So it's about taking self-responsibility. So the deal is, we have created a culture based in a God that is like a stern father, that is like a dysfunctional father, that says you're never connected to anything or anyone, and that you're wrong and bad, and you should be ashamed of yourself because you're never going to get it right. Okay, that is the old story. It's an old story. We're actually throwing that out. That is not part of the program. We're deleting that. Okay, so, but from this culture, as we see things brewing up, all kinds of funky stuff coming up, Andrew Tate, control systems that are supposed to protect the sacred feminine have actually fueled, seeded, nurtured, fed, and participated in the subjugation and abuse of the divine feminine. Okay, so the sacred masculine is in charge of holding space for the divine feminine. We live in a world, even in my country, where women and children don't feel safe. So whoever's ready needs to bring out their divine masculine, hold safe space within you for the Bagalamukhi Kali to come out. She's fearless. Okay, so she starts as Durga. She starts as Mother Earth, and she's like going to save her child from the demons that have taken her hostage. Okay, so what's she going to do? So she's first of all, she's conjured up by the male gods, because chaos is ensuing. Like all kinds of stuff is going to be coming up. Okay, and is this kind of the start of it? Okay, every day more stuff is going to be coming up. We're going to be like, WTF. This is something that many light workers are going to be like screaming into the wind, screaming, running away. It's that intense. I've gotten a little snippet of what's going to happen. I didn't want to even talk about it. Okay, so You know what I'm talking about. You know, just look at the news. I try not to. Anyway, so the male gods, they get together like, we can't handle this. Things are just chaos. Stuff is happening. You know, things are taking over that we don't know what to do. Okay. So they literally get together and they conjure up Ma Durga, and they weaponize her. In each of her hands, she's got a gift from the divine masculine. She's going to move forward and annihilate the demons or the ego, or everything that keeps us from loving ourselves or being self-compassionate. She's going to go out and slice and dice that, okay? So she can be scary, okay? That's really scary. And here she is. So she's got like a garland of skulls. So the skulls represent the ego, everything that keeps us from our true, authentic self. And she's, you know, as Durga, she's going forth and doing it, okay? So Durga's slicing and dicing these demons, and she's realizing it's not enough. Okay, she actually gets a little angry and upset. So she wrinkles her brow like this. She wrinkles it. And she, out of her third eye comes Ma Kali. Okay, so the demons have this clever little thing, and we might think of this as fake news, etc. Every time a demon is killed by Ma Durga, each drop of blood from the demon spawns another 1,000 demons. Okay, so that's tricky. So Kali's really going to have to, you know, come up with something good. So we sometimes see her with her tongue out. She's actually licking the blood. So she's like bloodlust. She's badass. Before it falls to the ground, to spawn another 1,000 demons, because that's kind of how gossip is, right? Okay. So she is this badass, fierce love that we all have inside of us. Okay. Starting with our love for ourselves. Now, she goes out and totally annihilates. She's actually gone a little wackadoo, right? So she's, you know, it's getting out of control. People are like, oh no, how can we stop Ma Kali? She's really getting a little overboard. Okay, here, you know, she's, and so the thing is the public, what's going on in the world, sex trafficking comes to mind, $125 billion business, $33 billion business in my country. That's one example. While we're keeping women down and we're feeding the military industrial complex, we're feeding war. Okay. Now, what kind of species subjugates the feminine or those who give life? Okay, that's not healthy. Okay, we're going to say that's not healthy. And I'm being nice. I'm trying to not get kicked off social media. I'm holding myself back. Trust me. If you see me in public, I'll probably let loose a little bit more. Okay. So the deal is the anger is not serving us. So it's like with equanimity, she cuts away the illusion. Okay. So these might be triggers. So it's like, hey, I have a trigger coming up. So instead of running away, the energy of Kali is facing it, walking straight into it, having great courage. She's often seen riding a lion straight towards the illusion and cutting it away. Okay, cutting it away. We can all do that. We have to choose to do that, though. Okay, so in the end, the demons are all laying at Kali Ma's feet, and Shiva is the only one that can stop her. So that's her husband. And Shiva and Shakti, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, are one. Okay, the dominator culture has said that men are predators and women are demonic. Okay, so we don't like each. We're not working together. Okay, we're not working together. We have judgments about each other. That is not working. We need to work together. So Shiva basically surrenders. Okay, so often we'll see Shiva even and the divine feminine in union. Though they're laying at Kali Ma's feet as well. They're in union. They're surrendering. So 2023 is a lot about surrender as well. Surrendering to our divine nature, surrendering to whatever you feel is sacred within you, surrendering to gratitude. And the demons, they look up at Kali and they say, Ma. They say, Ma. They realize that she's their mother, okay, that they had been caught in the matrix. Okay, and there's no one here to blame. But that level of consciousness will no longer be allowed on Gaia, period. And complacency is not an option. We are here to claim equality as a very, very, very basic foundation from a spiritual standpoint, which we have been, women, or the feminine within everyone, has been subjugated and abused and controlled. And, you know, I don't even think I don't want to even say, because it hurts me so bad. I just can't take it anymore. Like, it's not going to happen anymore, right? So we're going to choose to see ourselves as sacred. You know, we are sacred. Our bodies are sacred. Sexuality is sacred. Our work is sacred. All of us. We're here to be grateful for everything that Ma gives us, whatever mother, father, you know, creation, whatever you want to call it, your connection to the universe, doesn't matter what you call it. Okay. Dominator culture wants us to put it in a box. We can't do that because there's no box you can put around divinity that's in you. You are in the universe and the universe is in you. We are humans that are literally awakening to who we really are. We are star beings. We're made out of the same stuff that the stars are made out of. We're here to lead with compassion, wisdom, and most of all, love, starting with self-love. And Kali is here to support that with fierce, fierce love and the energy of transformation. It's an energy that is available to you right now. And please know, as you see things falling apart, they're actually falling together. We're choosing love. We're choosing to evolve from a very, very old consciousness. So you are love, and everything else is a story. Don't buy into it. Blessings to you.